Hey guys, today we're going to be installing this steering wheel from the thing. I will put the link in the description below, but it's an Instagram company that we found. I believe it's called Control Custom Steering Wheel, but we'll put the link down there. You can see it's got Alcantara all the way around, flat bottom, a little extra, handles or whatever, full race car style. So we're going to ahead and install that. Alright, first thing that you're going to do, since you're dealing with an airbag, you want to disconnect the battery. Obviously I'm going to do that. But first I'm going to show you that there's two little pinholes in either side of the steering wheel. So you're going to want to get a little pick or something similar to this just to get in there, and I'll show you what you're going to be prying on, but there's two little springs in there that you're going to pry on. So you turn the wheel 90 degrees either direction, and that'll access the little hole in the back. You're going to put it kind of like this and pry it downward a little, and it pops it up. 180 degrees from there, little pinhole in the back, and pry it down. Straighten out the wheel. It's very important you get the wheel pretty straight. You got to check your tires. They're obviously pretty straight, so we're good to go there. Turn the car off. Your airbag is ready to come out. This is where you disconnect the battery because you're disconnecting an airbag. So there's two little pins here, little tabs on the connector. Push each one of them in, wiggle it out. Two of them, and your airbag is disconnected. After that, you just have this one green connector here. Take out the green connector, and then we're going to also be disconnecting this ground after we get the steering wheel out, but I'll show you how to take all that out here in a second. The large nut or the bolt in the center is going to be a 15 millimeter. You just pop that guy out. If you don't have a good enough gun, you're going to want to use a ratchet and an extension so you don't damage your steering wheel. Comes right out. And then the steering wheel will come straight off. And be careful not to damage any of your connectors. And then you also don't want to spin the contact reel. This is your contact reel. It's lined up for a certain amount of turns either direction. Technically, you're supposed to put a 10 Torx right here and to lock it in place, but since we're showing you, we're not going to do that. Volvo actually puts a little Torx right here for you to take out and put in that little spot that I was just showing you also. Next, we're going to take all this apart. Grab a 20 Torx. In order to take this apart, you have one ground here that's a 20 Torx, and then you have three 30 Torxes. Take those guys out. Okay, to make life a little bit easier, you can take this little red wire and gently unplug that guy. Get this out of your way. You have your quick access to your 20 Torx right here. This is for your ground. Don't lose that screw. Alright, now these guys, you can pull your wires out a little, just to give yourself a little bit of room to move around. But these guys are in there with pressure fit. Don't be afraid to pull on them, but try to pull straight out so that they come out evenly without breaking. You do have to pull on them quite hard to get them out. These are your pressure fit right inside here. Both of those guys out. And then you're ready to transfer all the parts. Alright, there's our new steering wheel here. First thing, obviously, put these back in. Everything's all in reverse order. Get that out of the way so I don't hurt it. You want to line up your wiring and then push it straight in. Normally I would use a little bit of silicone spray or WD-40 type stuff, but I don't want to hurt the Alcantara, so won't use it on this. Push all your wires into their grooves. And then you can re-bolt in the 20 Torx. Now it's pretty important that you put this in between these two pieces here, these two tabs, just because you don't want to interfere with your other wires, and it won't spin on you when you fire it down. Nice and snug. Perfect. I'm sure there's torque spec for that. Don't forget to plug in this little red wire again. It's for your horn contacts. So if your horn doesn't work, try that guy. Alright, all that goes into place. Make sure all your wires are out of the way so you don't damage those. And then fire in the 30s. When I do these, I do them a little bit at a time. Each one a little bit at a time. And then hit them down. Alright, that's good to go. Now we're ready to put it back on. Now remember, you don't want to turn this clock spring, but you're going to be putting those little tabs right in these holes here. Plug in your green connector, attach it to the top so it doesn't make rattling noises on you. Get these two airbag wires out of your way, and then you're ready to put in your large bolt. Thread it in by hand a few times just so you don't cross thread it. And then this one should be torqued to spec. Torqued to spec. Airbag, obviously, battery's still disconnected. I'm gonna plug these guys back in. You only go one way, so you can't really screw those up. And then, what I was showing you earlier, you want to come in here and look at this. These pieces here are what these springs inside attach onto. So when you put the screwdriver or your pick through those little pinholes in the back, you're actually going alongside this, and you're going to be spreading the spring off of this little retainer here. So that just gives you kind of a visual of what you're prying on. And it's really easy once you find the sweet spot in there. But you want to line those up, kind of line the steering wheel up with the airbag, and then just give it a quick jab in on both sides. And that's it. It's done. It's all done. And that's how you install a steering wheel on a P1. P3 is kind of the same thing. Actually, a P2 is a little bit similar, but you do have screws to hold in your buttons on the sides. That's it. Thanks for checking this one out.